Hello YouTube, this is ChardarYGO playing some Tearlaments that my friend Zach sent. Looks like we get to go first. So as I have said before, I'm not super familiar with the sequencing for this deck. I need to have the card displayed. I don't know why that's bugging me so much. Summon Thousand Eyes Restrict. Activate Shiren. Summon Pitch, Rhino Heart, Mill, Rhino Heart and Merle. That's not bad. Activate Merle. Summon Kit Kalos using Merle and Rhino Heart Engrave. Order doesn't really matter. Summon Kit Kalos, activate Kit Kalos effect. Opponent thinking if they want to respond. Apparently they don't. We're going to grab Sulliek, add to hand. Opponent have a draw for us? I'd be pretty okay with that. Normal summon Seamare, activate Seamare's effect. Dump Haviness, activate Havness. Summon Dragostapelia, Havinous, and Millenniumize. Overlay into Redoer. Set Sulliek and pass the turn. Opponent draws. Standby. Oh, I was told Rhino Heart is bugged on Omega, but I'm not sure how. It didn't prompt us. All right, opponent is going to chain the Redoer. We are going to chain the Redoer. We will detach Shiren, banish Redoer, activate Shiren, summon. So we already have Kit Kalos. Just summon another Dragostapelia. This is a soft once per turn. Guess you want to use the Grave though. Shovel back Shiren and Seamare. Order doesn't matter. Summon Kit Kalos. Activate Kit Kalos. See if our opponent has a response to this. Doesn't look like it. Grab Haviness to hand. Playing greedy. Opponent has 5 cards. We have 2 negates. The materials on Kaleido Heart. Rhino Hearts plus 2 Aquas. Our opponent has a Feather Duster. That's obnoxious. Activate Sulliek. We already have Haviness. Grab Rhino Heart. Just in case. Some argument we should have summoned one of these in defense. Opponent's going to Imperm Dragostapelia. Honestly, that's kind of okay. Opponent activates Foxy Tune, pitches Driver. So we're going to have to get lucky on Haviness. Opponent's also playing like 47 cards, it looks like. Summons Zeamin. Pays 600. We will chain Haviness. special summon, mill Shiren Merely. Not bad at all, actually. We still don't have... Don't have any Shaddolls. Grabs Sharkuzai. Activate Merely. We will summon Kaleidoheart using Merle, Reinhardt from hand, Shiren from grave. Order doesn't matter. I think we have to summon this in the extra monster zone to make sure we can get our Redoer back. Activate Kaleidoheart, target the Zeamin. Zeamin goes away. I don't know what this Sharkuzai does. Pay 600 to fusion summon, and then during our turn, pay 600 to synchro summon. Okay. So I can attack over Havnes, but we don't really care about that. Opponent has a Gizmek. Notably, we are lower on life than our opponent because of instant fusion, so Psychic End is not the end of the world. Opponent synchro summons Punk Amazing Dragon. Not familiar with this card. So they get to bounce one of our cards. Bounces Dragos to Pelia. Attacks Kit Kalos. Main phase 2 passes. We get Redoer back. We draw Merely. That's fantastic. Activate Redoer. See what we steal. Steal another Gizmek. Okay, that's pretty bad. We don't really want our opponent to have that. Activate Kit Kalos, target itself. I want to put Kaleidoheart back in the deck. So we will summon the other Kit Kalos from the grave. Activate Kit Kalos on field. Activate Kit Kalos in the graveyard on Chinlick 2. So we see what we mill. And then respond, see what we search depending on what we mill. Select cards for this effect. So, what do we mill? We mill the Shiren and a Rhinoheart. So I think we add Solidic just to be safe. Trigger effects, we will do just Shiren, I think. Kaleidoheart is going to come back. Use Shiren Engrave. Use Rhinoheart Engrave. Use Shiren Engrave. Summon Kaleidoheart. Activate Kaleidoheart. Get rid of the Punk Dragon. Switch Happiness to attack. Do we normal summon Merely? Is that too greedy? Opponent just scoops up. Okay, doesn't matter. So we're playing against, looks like, pure Punk. I don't know what kind of board this sets up. I'm imagining something like the Punk Synchro deck, but I don't know. I've never played against this pure Punk. I've seen it on like PAX channel before. Tempted not to side at all. Like, all of this seems good. DD Crow is great against Gizmek. Dark Ruler No More is good if they build a board. Nibiru has potential to be good. I didn't see a way for them to make 10s very well, so I'm not sure if we need to play around Baron. I guess Called By is suboptimal. Swap that out for Ghost Ogre. Maybe cut one of our traps for a Ghost Ogre. I don't know. Try it. We're only playing one shot all too. That's worth noting. I feel like I would want to play at least 2 Shadalls, but that's just me. I'm not at all experienced with this deck. Opponent activates Jam Session, summons Ze'amin. Once per turn, they can banish a punk from the grave, special summon one from hand. If a psychic monster paid life, they get to draw a card. Okay, that's not horrible. Misclicked. Probably should have chained Havness there, but we will move on. I'm sure our opponent's activating another card on field. Opponent activates Desires, draws a bunch of cards. I wonder if it would be hilarious if this deck was siding a Gren Maju. Activates Deer Note from hand. Reveals Wagon. Sure. Specials Deer Note, pitches Wagon. Wagon. I don't know how to pronounce this. Synchros into Chaos Ruler. Alright, that's a card we are familiar with. That makes sense. See if they hit Foxy Tune. Chains, Deer Note, targeting, Wagon. Do we just banish the Wagon? We'll try that. Target the Wagon. Opponent hits Gizmek. Grabs Gizmek. Why would you grab Gizmek? You can activate it from the grave. Unless you're like super afraid of another DD Crow. Like, I guess that makes sense. Activates the Jam Session. You like mill this and grab like the Ogre or the Veiler or something, just have a hand trap. I mean, Veiler and Ogre don't seem to be great against this deck. Alright. Opponent activates Sharakusai. We will chain Havness. Summon Havness, mill Havness, Shiren, Rhino Heart. Alright, that's a lot of value. Rising Carp. Tribute to special summon 2 punks from the hand or deck, except level 8 monsters. Target a punk monster you control can make a second attack. This doesn't seem like it does much. Activate Shiren, activate Havness. Summon Kaleido Heart, Havness engraved, Rhino Heart engraved, Shiren engraved. Put back in any order. Summon Kaleido Heart, activate Kaleido Heart, target. Opponent does not have any light or darks in the grave. Target the Gizmek. Opponent chains Ghost Ogre. We will activate Kaleido Heart. It comes right back. Send to grave. Okay, so we used Shiren and Havness. Send Merrily to grave. Activate Merrily. Summon Kit Kalos using Merrily and grave. Havness on field. Any order. Summon Kit Kalos, activate Kit Kalos. So we have Shiren and Merrily in hand. Grab Havness, add to hand. Opponent gets to continue. We just did a lot for being their turn. The Tearlament on this deck is really fun to play. But it's really obnoxious to play against. Like, I don't like playing against this deck, and I almost feel bad for our opponent, just because we do so much on their turn. Like, Flunder is annoying for the same reason, but Flunder's also, like, kind of a one-trick pony deck, where if you stop its first play, it really doesn't do anything. Tearlament is not like that. Tearlament just never stops. There's always an effect going off. Summoning the zombie vampire against Tearlaments is a bold strategy. So we've triggered Merely and Havness, so we don't get to fusion summon, but we do get to draw if they don't take Beast. They do take Beast. Activate Solic. We get to add, so we have, I guess we just add Rhino Heart. Taking Beast so we don't draw a card is it makes sense, but I feel like there has to be something our opponent would have rather had. They did mill both Gizmecs. Alright, activates Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler comes back. So they can summon back Gizmec on our turn, but then they have 4 cards left in the deck. Opponent thinking, I'm assuming we're going to see the Dark Charmer. Okay, so Dark Charmer comes out. So we're going to see Selene Access Code, maybe? Targets Merely, steals Merely. Link summons into Selene, keeps Merely. Activates Selene. Summons back Veiler. Access Code. I wonder if our opponent remembers this is the first turn. They're not going to get a battle phase here. Access Code banishes Dark, pops Kaleido Heart, can't come back this time. Banishes Selene, pops Kalos. We will mill 5. Activate Rhino Heart. Summon back Rhino Heart. We've used all of these, haven't we? I believe so. Pitch, Merely, effective Rhino Heart, dump, Shiren. I guess there's probably no reason to activate the Rhino Heart there. Like, all we did was make it harder for us to trigger Tearlament cards. Activate Terraforming. Grab Primitive Planet. Is opponent going to draw? So it's giving him priority. We know they have a Gizmec. So we need our opponent to pass priority or summon the Gizmec, I suppose. We're very okay with our opponent summoning Gizmec because they have 12 cards in deck. But we do need them to let us play. Opponent down to the red hourglass. So I think the plan is activate Primitive Planet, search whatever, King of the Swamp for polymerization. Polymerization, summon Kaleido Heart, get rid of Access Code. Opponent concedes. Alright, it says they lost connection. I'm assuming they just realized they're so far behind and walked away. But GG opponent.